field, right? Or we're ready to go in the outfield. See that distance that I land? This is how you can check what your distance in the box should be.
Alrighty.
All right, my pre-pitch jump, there it is. It's probably the width that I need to hit. It's our athletic positions. That's our balance. That's our balance point. We're going to use that to run, we're going to use that to field and to throw. It's pretty much the same distance. When we get in trouble is we're outside of that, or we don't get enough. Probably check it by saying it's about the width of my back. Does that make sense? Heard that before, Steve? Seen that little kid.
You know him? Was he a nice kid?
Good kid. Where's Nick? Hey, front row. Right like you. We go way back, don't we? So let's talk about that width, that base, okay? I'm going to use, I guess I'll have to do it this way so everybody can see.
You guys can see the plate, right, fellas? Where
Yeah.
you sitting?
Better from a side angle, right? Yeah. All right, we've got our foundation set, right? Okay, the key to this is a little bit wider than shoulders. You guys can see that, right? Yeah, you're good. All right, thanks. All right, so the other reason for this is that if we're talking about the lower half is that we want to be able to get this back knee, in my case it's my left knee, right underneath my booty. All right? So we need to be able to have enough distance to do that. All right? Still talking about the foundation now. All right, so the only way to get our knee underneath our booty is to make sure that our feet are straight. If our feet are back like this that we're trying to hit, it's going to be real tough for us to get all the way around and get underneath and stay balanced, right? Does that make sense? All right, so make sure you get in the box, our feet are straight. Just like that.
See where his toes are? See the way his toes are pointing? See how his toes are pointing straight ahead? That's
Right.
acceptable.
You taught me that.
What's not acceptable, Dave? Show them not acceptable. Duck
Not
feet.
acceptable, duck
Duck
feet. I mean, I stand like that. It's going to happen, right? But when we get in the box, we want to make sure that our feet are straight. Now, for me, what I had to do was actually get in the box and put my foot straight because naturally I wanted to do this. And if we have our foot pointed towards the catcher, it's going to be real tough for us to get all the way around. We're going to end up using more of our upper body to get to that ball because our feet are going to be locked. Make sense, you guys? Feet straight. Okay, the other thing that this does is it allows us to keep our knees in between our feet. Right? See where my knees kind of sitting over my big toe? We want to try and keep that the same, right? We want to work in between our feet. Okay, that means pushing weight between our feet. That means knee to knee.
I don't, but that sounds good. That's all right.
All right, so here's how now we're going to get to our knee getting underneath our booty. If we want to imagine, actually we could use this T before it goes up high. All right, we want to make sure that we're in a straight line. All right, we want to make sure that we stay right around the pole. So if you can see that right in the middle here, right? You can see how my shoulders are in line and my knee is right underneath my booty. That's so that we have balance points. And we're going to support the weight that's up top to swing the bat with our knee right underneath. See how that works? That means my shoulders are flat too, right? So we always want to try and use that middle point as our reference when we're going to start to swing. So that means we're going to take this knee and get it under here. The way I like to think about it is I want to take this knee, back knee, in my case the left knee, to my front toe. All right? The reason why I think that is that I want to drive down. I want to be able to stay down in here. So that's my direction. Now it doesn't get there, of course, right? The other way you can think about it is kissing your knees. I don't know if you've heard that. Some of you guys have heard that, some of the coaches. All right? If we try to get our knees together, it kind of keeps our knees in between our feet. We'll never get to you. If you guys could kiss your knees, that would be amazing. But the idea is to put a thought in your head to get your knees pinched together. All right? You guys see that lower half? That's how I interpret the lower half. It's so important in our swing. Keeping the balance and being able to work around that pole in the middle. All right? If we're too shallow with our step, this swing that we want to have down through the ball is going to find its distance up. Okay? If we're too wide, it's going to find it around. So make sure that we're, and you can mark your territory too. Don't be afraid to draw a line in the box. You guys heard of Miguel Cabrera? He's a pretty good player, right? Pretty good. Pretty good. He draws a line in the box every time he goes to the plate. I mean, if this is the best hitter in baseball at major league level, and he's drawing lines in the box, why can't we, right? If you want to mark your distance, mark your distance. Draw a line this way, make sure you're not going this way. Do it. Okay, take the knob of your bat and do it. The more that we can repeat that, the more consistent we'll be. Now we're trying to be as consistent little baseball players, right? Not perfect. We got to fail at some stuff. That's how we learn, right?
Hey, why is it important to take a short strike?
I think taking a controlled short stride is important because if we go too far out, we're shortening the distance to the pitcher, all right? And we're going to drag our hands. Our hands are going to play catch up with the rest of our body to the swing. If we keep a nice, quiet, controlled step, we're going to allow that bat to whip through the baseball, right? It's going to allow our lower half to give us some thunder from down under. That's how we got the baseball from here. All right, let's move to the top real fast. How am I doing on time?
I got you.
Sidebar. It's a quick one. I know that's sweating bullets over. So when I got to the major leagues, I didn't really know my way around too much, but Mark was one of my coaches.